Hey guys, welcome back to Trekyards. We are shuttling in. I am Captain Foley.
And I'm slowly taking off and starting to rev up my engines for this episode today. Threw me on the spot there, Stuart, but that is A-OK because we were on the spot this week. We got proper looks at this new shuttle, and therefore we had to talk about it, and here we are.
Indeed, we are here. We got some shuttles that aren't Discovery shuttles.
Yes.
But it should be said that we do have some images that we need to talk about later on in this episode. Just so you guys are aware, John Eves has done a lot of great work over the years, and this is a shuttle design of his that has been kind of morphed and changed a little bit, but we've got some stuff to compare it to. So
yeah, he designed it years and years ago, and now it is in canon. So that's a funny old story. He's now reusing his own work because he did it for a fan, as he did for another ship as well. But we want to actually look about the stuff revealed in the show first, because that's actually what we see. And this was obviously the first reaction we got. So first reaction, we got a belt of them, but really it's a second picture where we actually get to see the shuttle. We knew, and obviously we see these designs and we kind of know what they look like, and half the people were saying in the trailer and such, oh, it's the Argo, and I'm like, it's not. I could tell instantly it's not the Argo.
it's similar enough, though, that the regular person would say that, yes.
Yeah. So it's not the Argo, but obviously it would make sense to be linked to. But now we can see it here closely, cleanly. What do you think of this design? The first post-Picard shuttle. What do you think?
2385, I think it would be. Anyway, I think it's fantastic. I when I saw it, I'm like, yes, that looks familiar. It looks like the Argo shuttle. Wait a minute, no, it's not. I thought the same thing. But it was great to see. It's a very sleek-looking shuttle. I stole your line. It's sleek. Very, very fast-looking. It looks like menacing. It's a fantastic shuttle design. I would love to see more of these for sure than Discovery ones. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and obviously it does, refer to the fact that it was an old John Eves design. So he designed this years ago when he wanted to link to his own canon, whereas we know that the new shows, they want to do their own visual thing. So whereas Discovery Shuttle doesn't fit the era, this does, but it was designed from like a decade ago, so that could explain why, before he was made to change his own style, which is an interesting thing. But yeah, I thought the shuttle was good too. It's a bit bigger than I thought it was meant. Like, it felt bigger than I thought it was. But it's clearly like the shuttle, the transport shuttle of the era. I'm still confused by the fact there's blue on the front. Not really sure why. I missed the deflectors. Or it's the warp. I mean, but I don't know. So that felt a bit odd. But there is, there's blue glows at the back, so it's not even got red for impulse, but whatever. I mean, maybe it's only atmospheric, maybe it's not warp capable, who knows. But obviously it does reminisce of one of the JJ shuttles as well. But obviously he designed those as well, so John does repeat himself after a certain amount of time, vibe wise. But it felt enough like an Argo. With a JJ shuttle front. It feels era appropriate. It feels nice. Nothing too special. But these should be. I mean, if you already had these, why aren't these flying around Starfleet? Because you wouldn't think anything of this. It just shows the conscious choice of Picard to middle finger the fans by using Discovery shuttles. I mean, there's no other reason apart from that. You've got these, and it's not as if they were played for a massive reveal in this episode. They were just like, oh yeah, here they are.
Yeah, and lots of them.
Yeah. But here's the back view. You can see it's got a little, little hatch, little door. Fourth view, even easy to see. Any thoughts on the red? Go faster paint.
Go faster paint's usually a good thing. Again, it's been overdone here with Discovery and now Picard. Like, okay, we get it. It's not necessary, but it does add some kind of. It makes it feel more like a civilian kind of racing craft than a shuttle. There's no pennants on it. There's no Starfleet markings. It is Utopia Planitia, so it's not necessarily Starfleet necessarily. But
I mean, that is their yard. That is specifically a Starfleet yard.
True, but you'd have civilians working there, so you might have civilian shuttles coming in. So
well, I could see as being maybe they separately commissioned, a sub company to build 1,000 of these or whatever. But I mean, they're clearly an Argo derivative, so I mean that's a Federation design or Starfleet design. But yeah, I mean, they looks nice enough. Side view, yeah, I mean it is very simple. And in fact, this side view can confuses me because you look at the wing, the detailing on it is just like sort of plate lines, but they can also be bump maps. This feels to me like a very simple and cheap 3D model. Like, it does the job just fine, but same with Discovery as well in some respects. They're not trying to push the 3D modeling level beyond the sort of the minimum, because this shuttle is a very simple build. It's not going to win awards for, you know, then you look at expansive 3D models, they're like, oh my god, and you look at other shows, they're like, oh, that is an amazing looking spaceship. This is like, yeah, it was a, you know, a 1 week build by a modeler, and that was 'cause he didn't do it full time. You know, I mean, someone like Tobias could build this in 3 days max. You know, it's not difficult. Not to say it's bad. It's just same with the Romanship. It's like, it's not quite at the level you'd expect at the biggest budget Star Trek show ever. You know, I mean, even the Enterprise shuttle from the X1 era had insides that then had parallax. I mean, that, the textures look nicer. So I think some Enterprise models actually look nicer than this, which is weird. But
well, maybe this does. But you got the haze, the mist of Mars. You don't really see them up close at any real point. So maybe there is more detail that we're just not catching here. But
I mean, if there were lights inside, you'd see the lights. Like, that's part of the point. I mean, if they wanted to see interiors, they would show us interiors. They don't. There isn't. But that's fine. But I also, Stuart, just to show you how similar and dissimilar, I have 2 comparison pictures with the Argo. And you can see it's actually less similar than you think. But clearly, when he designed this in the 2000s, he was like, I'm going to make an Argo transport that doesn't have articulation. And what do you think now, seeing them side by side?
yeah, you can definitely tell the difference for sure. I mean, but at first glance, to the untrained eye, at a distance, they definitely do look like the same shuttle. But yeah, there are a lot of subtle changes, especially like things pop out immediately. The whole articulating, you know, wings and winglets and things, and then the larger front window. I actually prefer the one from Picard, to be honest, than the Argo shuttle. I kind of like the cutout at the front of the Argo shuttle. It looks kind of aggressive, but I think it's an improvement on the Argo.
I never liked the articulating wings. That felt like a gimmick. I know it's storing itself, but yeah, I think the hull looks genuine. The back piece I certainly prefer on the Picard one, although the bonus windows, it definitely needs the pennants, definitely needs the Bassards, because I mean, if the Argo is designed to, you know, transport a vehicle to a planet, not warp around, and if that can have Bassards, it would look nice to have seen this other ship. But I can also imagine that they said, right, we need to build hundreds of these, so let's strip them down to the most limited, you know, no warp, very limited power. You know, I can even imagine that they have so little power storage capacity in the ships, as they dock with either the space station or wherever they're fueling, there's like wireless charging in their dock, so they can have a smaller power core, which means they can have more space for supplies, because that's the point of them. So I can see that being, I don't know why I'm pulling that out my ass, but kind of has that sort of feel, like a very bare bones shuttle. And here's the back view. Why is there a blue part of the back? I don't know. And this is the real Argo model, guys, so that is what was in the movie. And yeah, I definitely prefer the housing of the back of the other shuttle, although it does feel kind of odd to have such an extrusion for the door. That feels very Discovery Shuttle-esque in a sense, of how they've got this big circle and has that. It's calling to that.
I'm just glad they ditched the round airlock feel.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense for older style of ship, but this I like. I mean, I think it looks very, very interesting, the shapes at the back there, and definitely better than the Argo. Not bashing the Argo, but it's just the Argo is utilitarian. It's designed for a purpose, to get another craft down to the surface.
The Argo is always okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for me, the Insurrection scout ship is great. Type 11 is awesome. And the Argo's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Although I really wish they had orange impulse glows. That little mistake there. But, you know.
That doesn't bother me. I actually like them blue.
Yeah. But then, guys, let's look at the thing that spawned all. And, oh my god, it's the same ship. And we've done comparisons, I'm sure, on our own. And, I mean, this is, apart from the pennants, it is... They just took this.
Yep.
Wow.
The best way to tell is the top part at the back, the rounded housing. You can see the exact same shapes, exactly. Even the red markings on the side, instead of being solid, they're just striped on the Discovery or the Picard ones.
And there's even the two lines in the window placement. I mean, it is this, which is amazing. Then that John was been designed, because I think it was like for a fan club. It was something that he wanted to do, just because why not? He's good at designing. And then I guess he presented like, I mean, I did this 15 years ago. Do you want to use it? They're like, oh, do I have to pay you for it? Nah, it's fine. Okay, we'll use it. And he just handed it to a model and he built it. And that's, wow.
Well, I love how here it's a Starfleet attack fighter, like a V class. It's a fighter. It's not a shuttle.
I mean, you see those torpedo launchers at the top.
Yeah. Well, it makes, for the shape of it, the aggressiveness of it, it makes sense to be a fighter. But it still works good as a shuttle, so I have no issues.
Yeah, I mean, this is where it's a weird thing. At least this got through, but it means their own art team didn't choose to design this. So it still worries me about other art design stuff we're going to see in this era. We've always seen the Discovery Shuttle, which is just wrong. The big ship is fine, but it's a unique thing. But if they didn't even design new things, I mean, this was plenty good. But it confused me a little bit to how and why. Because in Discovery, they did, 10 Federation ships and 9 Klingon ships and a billion things. And they had at least a unified art design, while not the best. So we still have yet to really feel what this era is meant to look like. We're only 2 episodes in. But this being old use is really fascinating. So it basically it's a relic from an old era where John was used to the idea of canon being canon, when he only had to design stuff to fit into a design lineage, and now he's used to designing stuff out of a design lineage, the JJ stuff, the Discovery stuff. He's used to doing stuff that doesn't fit, and that is going to affect all the decisions, because whereas this is a really great Enterprise-y Argo style ship fighter. Although I kind of wish there was a few more details to it. I think the only thing I'll say about it is I think the body to back ratio is a little bit too long on the front. It feels a bit too stretched. Something. The proportions don't quite feel perfect to me. They're like 7% off. It's not a lot, but it doesn't quite work for me.
I disagree. I really love the way this thing is shaped and feels.
Maybe I'm missing the fact the window is so small that it needs that big cutout. There's a lack of details, or maybe like it needs that. There's sort of a side door, like a real door, so you can see the scale, or maybe have that like top hatch that the Insurrection shuttle had, which was designed to dock. Like something there at the top. I'm missing something here that doesn't quite connect with me. But I even appreciate they even put the little deflector dish in this version of the shuttle in the Picard. It's got a little holdout with a little teeny little dish thing. So. But I'm glad we can see it in full, and I was definitely surprised to see on Facebook it revealed that this was actually, oh, here it is. There's no like cheeky first look. It's like, oh, here it actually is. Look at it, enjoy it. So that was quite good and good for our thumbnail.
And it's a great design. It's very welcomed after seeing Discovery shuttles everywhere. So perfect progression. So keep it up, guys. But I guess that's it for this topic today. If you guys want to put your comments down below what you think about this shuttle, please do so. We always look forward to that. And make sure you hit that like button. We always look forward to that as well. And hit the subscribe button. We definitely look forward to that. We love getting new subscribers, new people into the Trekyards collective. So come and join us. And make sure you hit that notification icon as well, so that YouTube knows you want to be notified when we do new videos.
Yeah, but direct support is really a great way to go. You can go on Patreon. So the thing that YouTubers use like us, that you pay monthly, a little bit. It can be $1 to $10 to $20, whatever you want. It really does make a big difference. Or if you want to talk to us directly, and we love doing this personally, join our live streams on YouTube every single week. You join the chat, you super chat a little amount. You can go through your credit card or your PayPal, I believe, or whatever. And for as little as $1, you can make a comment, or $5, you can say a statement. And we know you guys have thoughts about this show and these designs. So join our lives at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. GMT, most days, and help us out directly. Get your comment read by us. And if it's a really great point, we have a whole conversation about it. And everyone in the chat gets to enjoy it, and those that watch it after the fact. So really, really great ways. Or PayPal, one-time donation at trekyards@hotmail.com. Those are basically very low fee, which means we get the most of that. Really, really helpful. Or buy merch down below. The links are right there. Or just like, subscribe, as Stuart said. Easy ways, lots of ways, lots of ways. And just make sure you watch all of our videos. So go back and watch them again. Just put them on repeat. It's all helpful.
That's right. So until next time, guys, I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Collins. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.